Greetings, brothers and sisters. So, feeling a little bit better. Well, actually a lot better from what I felt, but still a little bit run down. Anyways, I want to get back to it here. I was making along a video of another edition of the Journey series, but that's going to take some more time. So let's go here with Brittney. Thanks, supporters and IG on Instagram. You guys saved my life 100%. Also, there's going to be an Alec Baldwin update, but let's go here with Brittney first.
Okay, so I'm here today to answer all of your guys' questions, and the first main question that you guys...
That's what she always says, all you guys' questions. And she usually gets to like 3 obscure questions, but this time she's going to answer a real question because she's no longer conservatorshipped.
What you've been asking me is, what am I going to do now that the conservatorship's over with? Very good question.
Is it? Thanks. I didn't ask it, but I'll take some credit.
Well, let's see. I've been in the conservatorship for 13 years.
How many years? Whoa, that's... Wow. Look,
it's a really long time to be in a situation you don't want to be in. So I'm just grateful, honestly, for each day and being able to have the keys to my car and being able to be independent and feel like a woman and owning...
She wasn't feeling too much like a woman beforehand, but now after 13 years, she's feeling like a woman again.
An ATM card, seeing cash for the first time, being able to buy candles. It's the little things for us women, but it makes a huge difference.
They wouldn't let you buy candles. What kind of animals are they? Maybe because you burned down. Because when she was given candles, she burnt down her exercise room. She talked about that on Instagram. She's had a couple of house fires is all, so they had to restrict her candle privileges.
And I'm grateful for that. You know, it's nice. It's really nice. But I'm not here to be a victim.
Yeah, you can say that. But the whole Free Britney movement was about being a victim. And also, you watch them, she's very nervous. Like, her legs are moving back and forth. I mean, she's, it's just her and whoever's filming. So it shouldn't be, it's not like she's in front of a crowd, but she's extremely nervous.
I lived with victims my whole life as a child. That's why I got out of my house, and I worked for 20 years and worked my ass off. I'm here to be an advocate for people with real disabilities and real illnesses. I'm a very strong woman, so I can only imagine what the system...
She's moving back and forth, she's swaying back and forth, and I mean, she's obviously stressed out by making this thing. Free Britney, something's going on here.
Has done to those people. So hopefully my little story, hopefully my story will make an impact and make some changes
swaying back and forth.
The corrupt system. And the Free Britney movement, you guys rock.
You guys rock. You rock the rock.
Honestly, my voice was muted and threatened for so long, and I wasn't able to speak up or say anything, and because of you guys and the awareness of kind of knowing what was going on and delivering that news to the public for so long, you gave it awareness to all of them, and because of you, I honestly think you guys saved my life in a way.
The Free Britney saved Britney's life. Free Britney dopes, these Instagram followers, they came out and they saved her life.
Way, 100%. And I know there's a lot of jokes about the Free Britney movement. We're not free, we're expensive. Okay, birdies, I'm expensive too. But anyways, with that said, let's move.
What does that mean? They want money? They want some cash, Brittney. Enough with the thank you. Start dealing out some cash to the Free Britneys. They've saved your life. You got to give them some cash. Yeah, you're just flush with it right now. You're going to blow it on something stupid anyway. Why not dole out money to the Free Britneyers? Britney Spears, my family should all be in jail for the role they played in her conservatorship. And I don't think she really understands the criminal justice system because there was no crimes committed. They legally used exploited the conservatorship. And again, there's plenty of crazy that she handed them to create the problem in the first place, freaking out and all that stuff, right? But she's not a victim, right? I think people always say stuff like that. No, I'm not a victim. Well, kind of sounds like you are. George Clooney calls Alec Baldwin's deadly rush shooting insane. George Clooney has now joined Angelina Jolie to throw Alec Baldwin under the bus.
Baldwin's film Rust insane and infuriating.
Why, for the life of me, this low-budget film with producers who haven't produced anything wouldn't have hired for the armor someone with experience?
Exactly, George. You're hitting the nail right on the freaking head there. Why would producers who haven't produced anything and don't know what they're doing not hire someone who did know what they were doing, right?
They weren't even using that gun to do target practice, and that is insane.
It's insane. He's saying it's insane. It's insane. It's crazy. It's Crazy Eddie. Go take advantage of him. You guys ever seen Crazy Eddie? This was a New York furniture salesman when I grew up as a kid. And his, he was the first, I think, of all these guys that are so crazy, you got to take advantage of them. It's insane. You got to take advantage of these insane prices.
After Brandon died, it really became a very clear thing of open the gun, look down the barrel, look in the cylinder, make sure. It's a series of tragedies, but also a lot of stupid mistakes.
Clooney, who has worked...
Boom. So he's throwing Alec under the bus because Alec was a producer on this show. And then Angelina Jolie said the same thing. Like, they're saying there's no way this should happen. And Alec clearly wasn't practicing gun safety. And, his dad was a marksman for the Marines, and he had taught the kids. And, his brother had this long post about that that's now been scrubbed from his Instagram account, but it's still, I covered this earlier. And so things are looking bad for Alec. Like when the other Hollywood celebrities start bailing on you.
I open it, I show it to the person I'm pointing it to, we show it to the crew, everybody knows. And maybe
everybody knows except for this guy.
Alec did that. Hopefully he did do that. But the problem...
No, he didn't do that. Like, he didn't do that. And so he's completely thrown him under the bus.
Problem is, dummies are tricky because they look like real.
Exactly. I'm dealing with dummies all the time, George. I mean, you amongst them. And they are tricky. A lot of tricky dummies out there.
Real bullets.
Had 2 people accidentally shot.
Okay, so that's, they're bailing on Alec or they're throwing him under the bus. Russ script supervisor sues Alec Baldwin and other producers. And so there's that. And there's already multiple lawsuits, and this thing ain't going away, right? Especially after his wife was outed for ethnic appropriation, and he was just, all the stuff he did with Trump. Alec Baldwin spotted after night on the town amid Rust legal woes. Here he is on the town, obviously not masking it up. He's not big on safety. Where's your mask, Alec? Alec, no mask. He's on the town with no mask, and he's partying it up. Here he is walking on the street. They got him. They always get him. He's looking down at his phone. He's got a mask now, does he? He's just trying to cover his face and walking like a man who's broken. Dude, look, that's so sad. And they're, harassing him, asking him questions. Alec is just sad. Anyways, I don't know why I watched this, but I'm glad I did. Because there's a great punchline, a bizarre punchline at the end of this thing.
Anthony Huber was one of the men Rittenhouse shot and killed during those protests last year. We want to bring in his great aunt, Susan Hughes. Susan.
She's his great aunt, right? Susan's going to deliver.
Good morning to you. We want to extend our condolences to you this morning.
Okay, so then let's go to the end because she's got an interesting story here.
In some of the photos you see of Anthony, you see he's wearing a cap. And it has the word bacon on it.
Well, okay. There you go. And she said she wants to lighten the mood here. She wants to, everything's so heavy and, with the whole Rittenhouse thing. She's got those cool gloves with that have no fingertips.
When his grandmother was very ill, we had a very strange... Anthony had a marvelous sense of humor, very, very funny guy and an interesting take on life. He's asked his grandmother how she, if you believe in reincarnation, what do you want to come back? What animal do you want to be?
Yeah, you don't believe in reincarnation then. You're not coming back as an animal unless you failed. Like that would be regressing. You're not going back down the evolutionary, the transmigration of the species, right? That's, if you believe in reincarnation, you would be coming back as a person, or you would be going to a higher level of being. You'd graduate from planet Earth, you would have liberation. But if you're coming back as an animal, you don't understand reincarnation. That means that you've completely failed.
And she said, a warm, fuzzy bunny. I just want to be, cuddled in the next life. I don't want any pain.
There's his hat. He's an upstanding looking citizen here. He was trying to get his life together. That's what, he had some problems. You said that earlier here. I'm not going to go back to that. But the woman said, he was trying to get his life together. He was just putting his life together, and all of a sudden this tragedy happened. He's got bacon up here on this.
And Anthony, she asked Anthony what he wanted to be, and he looked at her and he said, bacon.
He wants to be reincarnated as bacon? Did you just say bacon? He wanted to be reincarnated as bacon. That was his choice. Any animal would be better than bacon.
To be, and he looked at her and he said, bacon. And, just...
That's funny. Where did he come up with that brilliant joke?
He said, I want for once in my, afterlife to live in a house where people are rich enough to buy bacon.
Well,
what? That makes no sense at all. First of all, rich enough to buy bacon. Rich enough to go to McDonald's. I want to live in a house where we don't even have to worry. We just go to McDonald's anytime we want, right? But him saying he wants to be bacon isn't living in a house that's rich enough to afford bacon. Like, where's this story coming from? Nancy, or what was her name? Susan. And look at these guys, just playing along here. He just wants to be rich enough to live in a house that could afford bacon so he could reincarnate as bacon, be eaten by, any number of people, because he wants to be bacon. And in his future life, his next life, he's definitely going to be bacon.
Well, it says a lot about his sense of humor and also how close he was.
Yeah, it says a lot about a lot of things there. That says a lot about his sense of humor. That kind of bacon humor and reincarnation, that's just classic.
With his family, all of you. Susan Hughes, thank you for your perspective, your remembrances, and your time this morning.
That was weird. They're kicking each other at the table like bacon. What? Bacon? Bacon? Well, anyways, I'm pretty wiped. The George Clooney and the Brittney and the bacon thing wiped me out. But I'm feeling a little bit better. Hopefully I'll be able to, crank out some videos over the next couple of days. Only spirituality will save this world. It's Paramano, definitely important for the apocalypse and the ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.